Okay, so the music is really loud and I can't do anything about that, evidently, because there's no music settings, which kind of sucks, but it's okay, we'll make do. What's going on, everybody? Tim here. This is the Disney Afternoon Collection. It's a collection of 6 games that originally came out on the NES, and they were based upon the Disney Afternoon television series. You come home from school, you had DuckTales, you had Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, you had Tailspin, and you had Darkwing Duck on, in a back-to-back 2-hour block. A lot of times you do your homework and watch cartoons, so yeah, that's what's up. So, let me give a shout out to my boy Kevin over at Crunk Studios. He kind of inspired me to go back and play through these games. I had started a series, and I'm going to try to find a copy of the game, remastered, DuckTales Remastered, because I would like to finish that series. I lost a lot of the footage. I think it was on an old computer of mine, and it's no longer there, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we're going to go through these games. This is going to be a casual run, which means I will use the rewind feature probably quite liberally, because I just don't see a reason to. I've beat all these games many times, so I don't really see it as that. I just want to, run through the games for everybody, so maybe those that never got to play them can, be inspired to give them a try. Now, I do recommend, if you really want the true feeling of challenge in the game, don't use the rewind. Do it the natural way. So DuckTales 1989, this is the oldest of the games in the series. It's actually probably the one I'm most familiar with too. I was a huge fan of DuckTales on the NES growing up. I've played this game many a time, beat this game many a time the legitimate way. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun game to play. So, basically the story is Scrooge McDuck is going, as usual, on treasure hunts for some of the greatest treasures in the world in all of Duckburg. And he wants to find them and make a bunch of money and all that good stuff like that. So that's the whole purpose of the game, is Scrooge's greed. Sorry, I wish there was a better story, but that's that. Scrooge's greed, that's what we're dealing with. So, give me just a second here. Somebody's watching, so hi, whoever's watching. Trying to get the chat up so I can actually see if somebody chats. So if you'll give me just a second to do that. There we go. Okay, now that I got my chat up, let me see if you can hear me. You can hear me, it's a little loud, but there ain't much I can do about the music. The settings will not allow me to turn it down, so I'll try to pull the mic up a little closer and speak up a little bit. So let's do this. Scrooge's greed. Alright, so there are 5 places you can go. The moon has by far the most recognizable and greatest music. We will do it last because I always do it last for whatever reason. So we're going to start out with the one I traditionally start out with, which is the African Mines. So let's go over the HUD display real quick, just for someone that hasn't played the game. The HP down there, the 3 balls, that's your health. That's how many hits you can take before you die. The money up above that, that is basically your score. They used money instead of just points, but it's basically the same thing. It's a score. The timer is on your right, and the P2 there in the middle is your lives. 0 does count as an opportunity, so you get 3 lives starting out. And the total is basically when you beat each stage, you get whatever money you've collected in said stages. The total adds up there in the center, so that's just kind of like your main score. So, first thing we got to do is go in here and get this key for that lock so we can actually explore the mines. We'll come back to Transylvania later and actually play the stage through, but for now, we're just using the shortcut to get the skeleton key to the mine. Let me go over the physics real quick. to while I'm talking. If you hold down after jumping and the square button on the PS4 controller, you do a pogo jump. This is the most useful and most often used attack or form of maneuverability in this game. You do have to be careful though, like you just saw there. If you clip a ledge, you lose the pogo stick and you can take damage. The other form is the one you just saw there, the golf swing, which is pretty much what it sounds like. You take a golf swing at a rock, the rock goes flying up in the swung direction and hits the enemies or does other things depending on what it's needed to do. So first thing we're going to do is work our way up here. This guy's going to dive bomb. The bats always dive bomb, so if you can get them in a spot where you can just make them drop, that works. The M with a circle, that is invincibility. And in most cases, for some reason, when they designed this game, these M's don't really come in a place where you really need them, so it's unfortunate. There is a couple spots, though, where it's useful. Get up there. So, yeah, you want to kind of get this bat suckered and get him to drop on you. I missed it completely. So the big jewels are worth, I think it's 10,000. The little jewels are worth $5,000. And the only other thing that's a basic item is the ice cream cones and the cakes. Those regenerate your health. And that there was a Scrooge McDuck doll that gives you an extra life. And I'm wrong. There's the big yellow diamonds, and then there's the big red ones. I think the red ones are worth a little more. It's all points. That's what I'm getting at. That's all that really matters, is it's all points. So we're going to stop here at Mrs. Beakley, and she's going to throw us down some ice cream, which will fully heal us. And we're going to work our way across this platforming section. This is the first really challenging platform section in the game. It doesn't seem that difficult, but until you get used to it, it is. Alright, this is a hidden treasure item. This hidden treasure is worth 1,000,000 points. That's all it is points, but it is still cool to get them. It gives you a better score. So, you know, that's kind of cool to get. Now we're going to try to work our way back across. There we go. And we're going to go on down this chain over here. You can go down that chain over there too, but this one's a little safer, so. Alright, so. There's some more coins. I believe there's some steps here. Yep, there is. I thought there was. And I believe that's an extra life, yes. So that's 4 extra lives now. That gives us 5 lives starting out, which is really good. We don't get the boxes, but I'll take an extra life over points all day long. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna back that up. Like I said, I'm not gonna take a lot of... I'm gonna be liberal with... Now, I don't know what's happening here. I didn't even know you could switch up here. I have no idea how I got where I'm at. But that was crazy. I never knew you could glitch up there. Huh. Well, alright then. That was the first. Y'all got to see that for the first time the same way I did. I never knew you could do that. But okay, so you can glitch right there apparently. Now I knew you could, that ice cream cone glitched, but yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know you could glitch right there. Anyway, so Abigail's gonna give us a ride here. That threw me off a little, y'all. I've never done that glitch. So anyway, she gives us a ride across. And right here is a spot where you kind of want to, you know, be careful. But these little crevices, some of them will actually have things in them. Points, or in some cases, healing items, whatever. So you may as well get those two on the way out. There's a whole cake. Alright, so now we got the bats again. And it's boss time. Alright, so this boss is pretty simple. You just gotta land it on him when he's in the middle and try to dodge him when he rolls, which I totally missed him there, but you just kind of try to dodge him when he rolls. Be ready to jump. And there you go, 5 hits and he's down. So that's the first boss. Alright, so we took care of the African mines, and you can see I won't be able to pick it anymore because we beat it. So the next stage we're going to go to is the Himalayas, just because I usually do the Himalayas first. But this time I chose to do African mines first, just because I wanted to go ahead and do it. I like the Himalayas, by the way. This is another favorite stage theme that I actually do like. But the main reason I came here is because there is an item in here that will allow us to get an extra hit or red marker on the health meter. And I would like that as soon as possible. Especially for parts like this, because this stuff here is brutal. Well, I didn't actually mean to fall there, but alright, whatever. It'll be what it'll be. And again, the case of the M really not being of much use because of where it fell. But it did get rid of that one spider, so. Bubba's trapped in the ice, we gotta go help him, and I believe there's one right here. Yeah, this one might be a little more helpful, actually. It is. Because it allows us to get through these falling icicles. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that was stupid of me. Anyway, kick the pedestals to the side, jump on the ice block, and you're going to release Bubba, and he's going to unlock the secret item I was speaking about, which is the star, which gives you an extra hit point. So now we can actually take an extra hit. Now, this may be my first real use of the rewind feature. Well, second, I think I used it once in the last stage. This is a difficult jump. Oh, but I made it. Good. Ow. Anyway, you gotta work your way back across now. So yeah, the reward for saving Bubba and going out of your way to do so is that extra health point, which is pretty useful, actually. I don't complain too much about that one. Because, you know, this game is pretty difficult if you do a 3 hit point run. I mean, it can be done, but it's difficult. It's a lot easier. Oh, shit. Damn it! Hold up. Get back here a minute. Alright. I'm gonna leave that ice block there just so I have something to catch me. Motherfucker. Whatever, I got it. Like I said, casual run, so don't start whining in the comments. Oh, he hit the rewind, he should have took the death. No. It's just a casual run for fun. I'm not going to aggravate and irritate myself to get through the game. Anyway, so now we work our way across. Being ever so careful. This guy here, this is these hockey players. You just jump on their heads, they're pretty easy to beat. They're not even really that fast. Alright. Oh, and I gotta try to remember, there is a purpose for going over here. I don't know what it was. There is a purpose. Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't that Ow. Whatever. Alright, so up we're gonna go up. Really. We're gonna go up the rope here. Now we gotta get off so that ball don't hit us. And we'll go way up here. And we'll climb off his back. And there's 2 hidden pedestals up here that if we hit, we come over here, we get an extra jewel. This stage is relatively short. In fact, we're right at the end of it now. Which is another reason I think why I chose it first usually is it's over and done with in a hurry. Oh. Those pedestals are there for a reason. Use them. Because you actually can get across a lot easier without them. Alright, this is the Abominable Snowman, our next boss. Every time he lands on the ground, he'll take Scrooge off of his pogo stick. He'll go to the side, and he will smack the wall, making snowballs fall on you. Just try to find a hole there, and don't get hit by the snowballs. You should be just fine. This boss is not that hard. That's another reason why I like this stage first. Just like that, we got the item, and there we go. Another $1,298,000 added to our stash, and another stage complete. That's 2 of 5. Pretty short game here. So, you know. Alright, so that's $3 million now in the total score. We got the Amazon, Transylvania, and the Moon. Oh. Let's do Transylvania. Yeah, let's do Transylvania because Transylvania has the other star item, or the 5th hit point in the game, and you would want to do Transylvania actually first before you do the African mines as well. Again, an M that will be of no use because, as you can see, I'm going to waste it all trying to talk to Abigail. Anyway, so up here, she tells us that one of the boys has been kidnapped by the Beagle Boy. Well, there he is. I rescued him. Why he couldn't just jump over, dude, I don't know. Maybe he's too small. I don't know, but he's free now. So, let's see. There's another M. This one might actually be useful. I don't know. Kind of doubt it. No, not really. Anyway, so this place has an illusion wall, and it's important to know that because the illusion wall hides some of the best items that you can get out of the stage, so, including, I believe, the star item that I was talking about. Now, you can smack these, tombstones, and sometimes they'll spit out, there's that star, I think. Yep, there it is. So now we can take 5 hits. But these here have ghosts in them. Some of them have ghosts in them. And then some of them have points in them. Or even ice cream cones. So, yeah. These armors, if you hit them, some of them have boxes, some of them the actual helmet will fall off. I'm pretty sure the only thing they have in them, though, is those cakes, which are good to fill your health if you need a health kick. There's an extra life, we'll definitely want that. If you jump in this mirror, I believe it takes you to a little side section. It does, where you can get a few more points. You have to be careful with these mine carts. Don't fall in the holes. Not too bad. If you go down that rope, you go back to the very beginning of the stage. You don't want to do that. You just want to go across. There's an ice cream cone. And that's what happens if there's nothing in it except for a helmet. And that helmet can hurt you when it falls off, so best you avoid that. there's another extra life. We have 6 now. So see, even though I've died a couple times in this run, I still would have had plenty of extra lives. It's another reason why I said screw it, I'm gonna play this thing casual. Anyway, so this brings us back to the armor room. All those are just cakes. We don't need them. We will if I keep doing dumb stuff like that. Anyway, so now you go in the illusion wall here, and you're going to have 2 mirrors, one on the left, one on the right. Take the one on the right, the one on the left will take you back to the beginning of the stage. And we don't want to go backtracking now. Dodge the ghost, which will continue to spawn, picking up what items you can. And now it's time for the boss fight with Magicka Dispel. Magicka is one of the tougher boss fights in the game. If she's flying on her lowest level, you can jump on her back, just like you saw me do there a couple times. However, if she goes on her highest level, you can't reach her, so all you can do is wait for her to come down. When she fires, there is a brief second where you can jump on her back. Even at the mid-level here, it's really hard to jump on her, so I just don't recommend it. I recommend just waiting and being patient and getting your shots in, and there you go, you got her beat. Not a whole lot to Magicka, except for to beat her. But she is probably the hardest boss. I don't know, maybe the one in the Amazon's a little harder. Possibly. So that takes our point total now to 4,879,000. And we're about halfway through this game. So, if you'll give me just a moment, I'm going to go grab something to moisten my throat with because it's getting a bit scratchy, and I'll be back and we'll finish this game. Alright, we're back. We got 2 more stages to go. The Moon, which has the best music and the most iconic music of all time. But before that, we're going to do the Amazon. Probably my least favorite stage in the game, actually. I just do not like the Amazon, personally, but it is what it is. I will definitely be using a lot of rewinds in the Amazon because it is the hardest stage. And again, my least favorite. So, I will die a lot, probably. Maybe not, though. I do have my 5 hit points, so that should help me. Should help me out a little anyway. So, the Amazon, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the music. I don't hate the actual design of the stage. I just don't like the stage. I don't know any other way to say it. I just very much dislike this stage. I missed. There we go. So if you grab the middle vine, you can go up here in a little hidden area and get a couple more points, the big red ones, so probably not a good idea to turn that down, and then you're going to work your way back down because you want to do the underground part first, and we can always come back and get anything that was on the other side when we come down. Oh, if you've already emptied something and you hit it, his eyes just vibrate and it just does nothing, so it's kind of funny to look at. Like if you can't hit that, well, you can't hit this thing out of the way, so he just vibrates himself. So there are 2 hidden sections in this one. sure you go back up the steps once you drop those small rupees. The small ones add up too. A lot of people leave those, but no, they add up too. Every point counts. And there we go. There's another one. So now we got spiders. My wife hates spiders. I'm not a big fan of them either. Anyway, there's another extra life. I'll be doggone, we got 7 lives now. We're definitely doing good on lives. This is the first time I've actually paid attention to how many extra lives you get in this game. I didn't realize there were that many. Alright. Ouch. So the bees are not that difficult, really. They have the same flight patterns. It's just a matter of memorizing it. It's more of an annoyance than a difficulty. Anyway, so yeah. Moving off right along. I might end up dying. And depending upon where the game decides to respawn me, I may go ahead and take that death. Because this is going to be extremely difficult. Oh. See where it respawns me at. Yeah, no. Don't want to start from the very beginning of the stage again. There we go. Alright, nothing there. Gotta be some health here somewhere. I would think. Alright. So we don't want to ride with Launchpad. We want to go actually above him. Because there is a hidden secret area here as well. That has coins, or points I should say, and a cake. Cake is good. That fills everything up. Makes me feel a little better about continuing on with the stage now. So we're going to go back down here now. And again, we're going to say no to... little hidden vine up here that should take us straight to the boss if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So this is the boss. He jumps up in the air when he lands. If your pogo stick is on the ground, it basically causes you to lose your momentum with the pogo stick. Like that. And obviously the idea is the same as all the other bosses, land on his head. Get him 5 times and down he goes, and there we go, we got that item. And another almost 1.5 million. Excuse me, didn't mean to burp. Takes us up to $6 million worth of items. And we are now to the moon. Brace yourself. Some of the most iconic music in the history of gaming in the moon. Ah, yes, the moon thing. Okay, so... oh, that was really dumb. Anyway, so the idea here is this is actually the longest stage in DuckTales. only because there are a lot of things that need to be done here. It's almost like they kind of intended us to play this stage last when they designed it, because there are a lot of like bonus characters and a little side quest to do in this one that you didn't quite have in the others. This is, of course, like everyone else, my favorite stage. Love the music. Don't remember the stage all that well. Again, it's been a long time since I played any of these games fully through, but pretty sure I want to go this way first. You don't want to hit the spikes that are above your head, like I just did. That hurts. Alright, and now we're going to come this way, jump up. So we got some coins here, a few little bonus items, things of that nature. And then we're going to go up here and keep going up. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the hidden treasure's up here. We'll go ahead and get it, and that'll score us a quick million. You actually can get quite a few points in this stage. Gotta be careful here. If you land on the spike wrong, you lose that pogo stick and you get a spike to Scrooge's ass. And he won't thank you for that. So there's the hidden treasure. Now we're gonna go back this way. And back up here. And we'll work our way across. Well, okay, here's where this will tell us what we need to do next. We got to get the key to the UFO in order to unlock that room there. So we got to go back and get the UFO key, which is fine. This trip was worth it just to get that extra million points if nothing else. Alright, now we're gonna go. And we're going to go this way. Now what we have not seen, and it's because I did not go all the way down, like I could have, but what we have not seen is the fact that what we're in this spaceship for in the first place is the remote control to Gizmo Duck. Because we need Gizmo Duck to destroy a wall that's blocking our progress to the boss fight. If I had gone all the way across to the other side of the moon, it would have went ahead and told us that, but then we would have had to backtrack anyway, so that's why I didn't. But yeah, that's the whole thing, is we're trying to get Gizmo Duck's remote control. So we can get him to blast a wall. Which I always thought Gizmo Duck was actually controlled by Fenton himself, but kind of like RoboCop, it had some sentient mindset, but I'm obviously wrong. Alright, let's see what's up here, because you know there's got to be something up here. Hopefully it's something useful. Yeah, some points. And up the chain we go. Pretty sure we want to go this way. Actually, no, we don't. That's just Launchpad. I haven't mentioned Launchpad in this run. That's because I rarely ever use him. Launchpad just takes you back to out of the stage. And you get credit for the money that you have, but when you come back in the stage, I'm pretty sure the money's not there anymore. So, there's the key to the UFO. But I'm pretty sure there's no real point in using Launchpad unless you're like really low on health and just want a quick escape or something like that. But, yeah. So now we're going to go back to where Webigail was, because we need to use the UFO key to get into the room that she was standing at. a bit of backtracking inside this UFO, which is probably another reason why the point total is usually highest here. Thought for a minute I was going to miss. Gotta go up one more step. Got that. Got that. Got that. And there's Gizmo Duck's remote control. So now that we got Gizmo Duck's remote, we go all the way back out of the spaceship, and we work our way to the other side of the moon. Now my advice on getting out is to climb the rope down. Don't just drop down, because you got to make a jump to the right here. And if you just drop down, a lot of times you don't hook screws fast enough and he goes straight down into the hole. So I recommend just doing what I did and just being patient and coming down the rope. Now, this part's a little bit of a challenge because of the way the game chooses to spawn, but we got over it. I might get hit here. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I gotta figure out how to get by these guys with only one hit point. Well. Okay, let's see if I can figure out a way to do this. I may just go ahead and take the death. There really isn't a way to get by here without... We'll just take the death. It's alright, one death that I actually can. Well, I didn't know it was going to take me all the way back in the... No. Not doing that after all. Gotta figure out a way to get over there. So I can't go under. I think I'm going to have to take the death. I think I'm trapped. Yeah, I think I'm trapped. Whatever. We'll just come back. Whatever. Alright, so anyway. Yeah, I got myself trapped there. I had too low a health when I got to that spot. I wasn't really paying attention to it. And once you get there, you about have to take a hit to get by it. Alright, though. Not a big deal. Come on. Anyway, so we'll be alright. Anyway. Oh, shit. Now that I will take back, because I didn't realize I was that far down. Alright. Let me check and make sure, yeah, I still got the remote. It just spawned me back at my pad. Fuck it. Alright. So here's where we trigger use the remote control to get Gizmo Duck to bust the wall down. And we come back in here. And there's some health. And we get ready to fight the last boss in the game, as far as the 5 main stages. We're getting ready to fight, of all things, what else would protect green keys on the moon but a giant lunar mouse, or lunar rat, as the case may be. Now this fight can be tough just because of the way the stage is designed, but as long as you use a little pattern recognition and a little bit of common sense, and you have your 5 hit points, you should be fine, although I'm taking a little more damage than I need to right here. Here we go. Get on there. Get on. There we go, we got him. And we got the green cheese, and that is all 5 treasures. We are almost done with this game. And let's see, we've been going... Well, I don't know how long we've actually been going. I can't see a timer, but... Couldn't be for very long. Doesn't seem like it's been. In fact, I took a longer break. Anyway, all lands cleared. We're throwing the items out, and that's when we find out. Dun dun dun. Haha, if you want to get back the treasures, come to Dracula Duck Manor. Because, as it turns out, Magicka the Spell and Flintheart Glomgold have worked together to make Dracula Duck come under their command and keep Scrooge from keeping his treasures. So all that work, of course, we got to go back after it and try to get our treasures back, because, yeah, you know. So they send you back to the Transylvania stage. It's the exact same stage you already beat. So, and then they didn't even give you, the boss room is still in the same place. So you just basically go the same route you went before, kind of fast track through it. There's nothing here to gain. I don't even think any of the items respawn, so let's fight Dracula Duck. Now he will spawn in from time to time, and he will drop bats. Now some of the bats will drop real low, some of them will be really high. You want to hit the low bats. This fight will require patience on your part as the player. It's aggravating because you want to get the right bat. There's one. You want to get the right bat to bounce off of, but you just got to be patient. The only way to do it, and sometimes you'll screw up like I did. I got the right bat and screwed it all up. There we go. Let's see. We'll use that one. Can't use that one. There's 3. There's 4. And 5, he's beat. And now it's a race. Magicka and Flintheart versus Scrooge to the very top of the room to get the treasures back. So just get on that rope. Scrooge climbs faster than she flies. Get to the top, jump off the rope, claim your treasures, and we have just beat the original DuckTales for the NES. Daring explorer Scrooge McDuck has found the 5 legendary treasures, making him the richest duck in the world. You are an expert treasure hunter. 1,830,000 points. And then you get this little cutscene where basically Scrooge acknowledges that he wasn't the only one that found these treasures. He doesn't deserve all the credit for it. Huey, Dewey, Louie, Webigail, they all helped too. And we get the DuckTales theme at the end. Alright, so that was DuckTales for the NES on the PlayStation 4's Disney Afternoon Collection. I'm not sure which one I'll do next time, but for now, this is Tim. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, subscribe to the page, to the channel. do a lot of live streams with some good friends of mine. I also am trying to get back into the habit of doing some Let's Playing. So, yeah, thanks for watching.